and welcome back to Intuitive Scope Tarot. So today is going to be my first pick a card. I have actually tried to record a video like this a couple of times now, and there's always been some sort of mishap. And I just consider that as a way of spirit saying, hey, I want you to practice this a little bit and get comfortable with doing this type of reading before you proceed with publishing one fully. And that is okay with me because this is a learning experience, and this whole journey is about gaining new information and learning how to do stuff more efficiently and more effectively. So with that, I have two piles. Pile 1 has this rose quartz stone on it. Pile 2 has this amethyst. Pile 1 is also from the Afro-Brazilian Tarot. Boop. And pile 2 has messages from the Cosmic Tarot. So again, here is 1, here is 2. I'm going to move 2 aside and I'm going to begin with the messages from pile 1. Just move you up here, little rosy quartz. And I'm going to start with the oracle cards to get more of an idea of the general message behind this reading before I move on to the tarot, and then the final messages from spirit coming from the Kuan Yin transmission. So we have Ascended Master El Moraya with Higher Will. We have Goddess Kali with Sacred Revolution. And then we have Ascended Master Hilarion with Discernment. And this is my eldest baby, Luca. She's come in to be a part of this reading. She's also blocking the camera a little bit. Alright, Mama, I'm gonna need to move you a little bit out of the way. I know. Come. Yeah, you can be on my lap. Okay, so already these cards are talking about basically spirit is already here. Higher Will is a card that speaks on there is a divine timing for everything. What is meant to happen is going to happen at the time spirit has laid out for whatever your life journey is, whatever our life journey is, because we're all under God's time. We may feel stressed out or anxious about trying to keep up with the timing that we have in this society, but at the end of the day, what is meant for us is going to happen at the right time for us. So Higher Will with Ascended Master El Moraya, that really speaks on being okay with and in flow with the timing of whatever events are happening in your life. Sometimes things work out in a way that don't feel all that great for us because it's just taking longer than what we would want it to. Goddess Kali with Sacred Revolution speaks on how there is a bridge that is being crossed. There's a lot of courage and a lot of strength that is required in order to make it to this next stage in life. And to be okay with building that strength within yourself. Again, it does take time before you feel comfortable in this new level at this new stage. Kali is a goddess of destruction too, so she usually comes around or comes out when a certain paradigm or situation is coming to an end and things are beginning to change. Change does not have to be bad. We all experience change in different ways, and whenever we hear that, we're just like, oh no, I don't want to have to go through changes right now. Or some people might be really excited, like, yes, finally the changes are happening. So Kali with Sacred Revolution is a confirmation that yes, changes are happening. If you've been seeing a lot of 5s, that's also a confirmation that changes are occurring. And then with Discernment, as you make it into this next stage, into this next level in life, it is important to be mindful of who you allow back into your energy as you start to transition from where you are now to where you were going, there's always this sentiment of kind of going back to the way you treated people before, which may have put you in an energy that allowed people to do things with your energy or work with your energy in a way that wasn't exactly helpful. Not saying that they treated you bad or anything like that, it's just being around those people during that phase in your life was not conducive to your growth. So Ascended Master Hilarion with discernment is coming through with the message of just be mindful of why you left those energies behind. It's okay to, kind of entertain it a little bit, because maybe you can interact with them in a way that benefits you now in this stage of life. But usually whenever you transition and you leave those energies behind, or those people behind, or those situations behind, or those situations leave you, you don't always have to do the work. Sometimes they just step out of your life without you having to do anything. There's always kind of that Six of Cups type of energy where it's just like, well, maybe I can deal with this easier. Maybe I'll have an easier time handling this. But usually that energy has left your life for a reason, and it usually does not come back in unless it has also transformed and grown to match your vibration. So I am going to get into the tarot, and I have 3 cards here, which is giving me a past, present, and future type of energy. So we'll start with the past energy first, and we have, excuse me guys, I'm actually going to look in the little guidebook for the goddess, or sorry, for the god that is associated with this deck. I appreciate you all. So this card is actually, am I reading that right? Roman numerals, y'all. Yeah, okay. So this card is actually associated with strength. It is card number 11, which is why I had to consult this guidebook, because some of the major arcana are not the same numerically as they would be in standard tarot. So this card is associated with Yansa. This is the Orisha of the winds of storms, courage, control of passions, and constancy. So already with the winds of storms, it already gives me, and even just looking at the card, it already gives me that energy of things changing. Storms usually come to cleanse out old energies, refresh the area so new energies can blossom and bloom. So in the past, and like the past, maybe even leading up closer to this present moment, there may have been a lot of turmoil. There may have already been a lot of changes that have been going on in you guys' life right now. So this is sort of a confirmation of that. But since Yansa is coming out in reverse, in the past, it's also giving me this sense of like, this energy is reaching its end. This energy has swept through and done the action of the storm, instead of like the storm continuing on into what is going to be present energy. So we have, in the present energy, we have the Fool card in reverse. And I'm going to consult this for the god who is associated, and it is Eshu. This entity represents the messenger and all manifestations of nature. So Eshu is coming through in reverse, and again with the Fool card, it sort of represents this idea of freedom, or stepping off into the world without really caring about what the consequences will be. This is giving me more of a careful energy, like he's climbing, it looks like he's climbing up the side of a mountain or climbing up a steep hill. But with him being in reverse, hey sweetie, thank you. I love when my cats come into the reading because they also lend their energy to whatever is going on. So she actually knocked some of the cards around, and I was talking about how storms move energy out of the way or clear energy out in order for new energy to come in. So with the Fool card being in reverse and representing this idea of just sort of representing this airy idea of freedom, with it being in reverse, it kind of makes me think of being a little bit more careful, a little bit more discerning with your present energy as you're making your way through into this future situation. With discernment, going back to Ascended Master Hilarion, we already discussed just being mindful, and that's kind of what this card represents to me in the present moment. As things are changing, learn to be okay with this energy. The only way out is through. You can't really go around what you are feeling or what you are experiencing. You kind of have to go through this. You can't really take a shortcut through whatever you're trying to do. So yeah, we're going to look into the future now. And we have the Two of Swords, which I really like that energy because, again, we have all of this energy clearing out. We have all of these situations that feel maybe a little stormy. And like, you know, things have been changing a lot. And then we are moving into this energy of communion. On the card for this deck, the Two of Swords, you have two people who are shaking hands. They look like they are from two different tribes or two different places where they're communing together, they're working together, they are establishing a relationship with one another instead of, you know, being in a position that would denote getting ready for an attack or being unsure of what the next steps would be. These two people, I just really want to show this card again because I love it. These two people are in a position of friendship as well as like understanding. But at the same time, if you see the way the feet are placed, like at any moment they could be ready to draw their sword. So it goes back to being discerning of those energies, being discerning of the new people that are coming into your life, and knowing that if you start to pick up something, you are right about it. You don't have to worry so much about, oh, am I thinking that this might be what it is? Am I just imagining things? No, you are coming into more of a sensitivity of, this is the energy of situations that I've experienced before. I've made it through that, and I don't necessarily have to entertain these energies again. I'm sorry, I've been touching my nose a lot because my nose itches really bad. And usually, it's funny, my nose only itches like that when there is a storm that's about to happen or when the air is very humid. I'm inside of a house, so the air wouldn't be humid in here, but my nose only itches when there's about to be a storm or when the air is humid and it's about to rain outside. So it's just giving me more confirmation about this energy clearing out situations from your past and into your present. So that way new relationships, new energy can come in and establish more of a bond, more of a union, but like a camaraderie. There we go. You can work together with these newer energies that are coming in, even if this newer energy is just you working together better with yourself, working together better with your higher self. So that's really good energy coming into your future at this time. I'm going to go into the last few messages here, and we have, I am with you. Even if you forget about my protection, presence, and love, I am always with you. You are never out of my mind. You are never out of my reach. You are always held in my heart. Which goes back into this higher will here, where Spirit is always looking out for you, always being mindful of how you're doing, even though the situations may seem heavy or difficult to get through at a particular time. Spirit is always watching over you, so you're never alone. Your guides are always watching over you and always with you, and your angels are always with you. You do have to ask them though. This is a free will universe, so you do have to ask for them to come in to help you. You do have to ask them, because they cannot do anything without your consent. As I've been taking this journey, I've learned that even the spirit world knows a whole lot and works off of consent. Like, just because you are in a tough place, and unless this place is like extremely, extremely tough, like almost beyond what you would be able to do, spirits usually will not come forward to assist unless you invite them in. And it's because as much as they love you, they also love you enough to let you do things by yourself. So Spirit is saying, I'm with you. Like, even if you aren't aware of, or even if you forget that I'm always looking out for you and protecting you, I'm always looking out for you and protecting you in the ways that I can, in the ways that you invite me in, using your heart space, using your heart energy. You don't always have to think it. Sometimes you're just feeling it and you're calling out with your heart, out to the spirit world, out to spirit, saying, hey, may you please watch over me and help me. Even if you don't know how to pray, or you don't pray at all, your heart is always, not always, but your heart is open enough to be able to call out to what it needs. So yeah, the second card is Treasure Vase. Let go of what you have held onto, so that you may receive the abundant blessings intended for you. Be fearless and joyful. There's so much for you to gain. And this goes along with this stormy energy that's clearing out stagnant energy, clearing out things that are no longer aligned with your vibration. While this is happening, the message is learn to be okay with it. Learn to not hold on so tightly to it. And it can be difficult, because some of the things that are clearing out, some of the things that have to be let go of, it doesn't feel good because you've been so used to it. Even if you're ready to let it go, even if you're ready to let it fly, you've become so used to whatever the situation or the energy or the person or relationship, whatever it is, you've become so used to it that to let it go almost feels foreign. Even if you're, emotionally ready to, a part of you is still like, but I've known this, or I've known them, or I've done this for so long now. And again, with the discernment card, you know what this is. You're familiar with what this message pertains to, because you, as a developing spiritual being, have become more aware. You're becoming more sensitive to, the messages of the spirit world. And that's a very beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful relationship. It can be a little tough at times, but it is something that is literally out of this world. The message that I'm getting from the rose quartz stone also deals with heart healing. It deals with opening up that heart space and just sort of breathing a little bit deeper into it, letting your heart do a little bit more of the guidance. And it's also dealing with that aspect of letting go of energies that don't make your heart feel good, that make your heart feel heavy, or make you feel nervous up in your heart and your solar plexus space. So rose quartz is coming through to gently heal and gently attract that vibration of openness and self-love to you now, so that you can become more comfortable with just releasing the things, that the stormy energy that spirit is already trying to clear out and may have cleared out for you already. So that is all I am receiving for pile 1. I'm going to go ahead and clean up everything and get pile 2 together. Oh man, my nose is so itchy. If you chose pile 2 with this amethyst point here, directing a little bit of energy to you now. Amethyst is the master healer. Thank you. I appreciate you for lending your hand in this healing. I'm going to start with the Oracle card, and then I'm going to go into the Tarot. Pile 2 has quite a few Tarot cards, so there's a lot of messaging that Spirit wants to get out through the Tarot, more so than the Oracle cards this time. So with this, oh my goodness. So pile 2, you have Archangel Michael coming in. And Archangel Michael is coming in with the vision. I'll bring this in close so you can see. It's a beautiful card, beautiful mandala. So I love Archangel Michael. He is a spirit that I work with often. He's a spirit that I love to interact with a lot. Oh my gosh, I could go on and on forever with working with his energy. It's so lovely, and he's so present when you call on him. It's almost like you don't ever have to worry about, is this him or not, because you know it's him. Some of the ways that he manifests for me, and some other people may report this as well, he comes to me in the colors of red and blue. He also comes to me in the metals of copper, and also it's interesting because the angels are 444 in this deck. But whenever I see 444 or C4s, that's also a way that Archangel Michael communicates with me. I'm not sure if these same symbols are the way that he would communicate with you, but as you begin to open up to his energy and open up into the awareness of him, he will start showing you the things that he likes and what works best for the connection and communication between you guys and him. He is a very, very large angel. If you are working with him and other angels and you do any type of celebration for him, you will feel yourself and notice yourself intuitively giving more energy or more offerings to whatever statue you may have of him, or whatever symbolism or symbol that you use to represent him. You will see that he just sort of attracts a lot more energy, but he does so much. And he reaches out so much to a lot of people on this planet. But he's coming through with the vision. And, oh man, that's so beautiful and so powerful. So, excuse me. So he's coming through with the vision. And in this deck, this oracle relates to receiving divine inspiration, as well as receiving pretty much an activation of your third eye, your pineal gland. So you'll start receiving information from the higher realms into your eye a lot easier. You'll be receiving downloads. And this also relates to keeping track of those downloads so that you can absorb the information, absorb the learning that he's trying to provide for you. Sorry for me rubbing my nose so much. I apologize. I even mentioned in the last reading that my nose only starts to itch like this whenever it's really humid, or when it's about to rain or storm. So you may see me rubbing my nose a lot. I didn't mention this in the last pile, but just anything dealing with sensitivities to your sense of smell, or just sensitivity to your senses, that might be something that's coming up. I did mention sensitivity in the last pile, and as well as mentioning discernment, but we'll see how that relates to pile number 2 in just a second. So yes, with the vision, Archangel Michael is communicating, and he's showing me in my third eye that there is an activation of your third eye. There's more, it feels like more energy coming in here. I almost see, like it almost feels crystalline, like I feel it in my fingertips. It almost feels like little bits of coarse salt. But salt is a type of crystal, so like this energy is coming in clear and pure. And he's the one who wants to take over this reading right now. He wants to deliver this message. Yes, Spirit is here also, and I am thankful for you, Spirit. Archangel Michael does really wish to speak at this time. So I'm going to give the floor to him so he can communicate this message. He wants me to read these other oracle cards first before I go into the tarot. And yeah. So he has greatest benefit. Why concern yourself with how, when, where, or whom? When you trust in the workings of my will, even in the face of the unexpected, my greatest blessings will flow into your life. That is beautiful. And again, like he is assisting in showing you what these blessings are. You're being given the keys to these blessings, and being made aware of them as well. Like, not only will you be able to walk down the path that leads you to these blessings, like you're being shown what they are too, or you're being given the inspiration for what they are. And we have more blessings. Hidden blessing is the second message he has. In time, you will see the truth of what appears to be working against you and recognize my favor. Participate with faith. All is unfolding according to a greater wisdom that ultimately serves your soul. So I'll set that there. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I am just rubbing the crap out of my face because my nose is so itchy. Okay. So we're going to look at your tarot. We have first the Four of Pentacles. Yeah. And I'm just going to lay them all out before I begin reading them. Next we have the Prince of Swords. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. And then we have the Six of Swords. So, Archangel Michael carries with him, it's called the Sword of Truth. Others may refer to it as something else, but I know it as the Sword of Truth. So, he comes down with divine truth. He comes down, and oftentimes the imagery of him is slaying a demon. He is a very protective spirit, and he comes down with divine justice to knock out the negativity that is in your life. So it's interesting to see these swords here. The Prince of Swords is standing out a lot, which is why I wanted to mention the Sword of Truth, because in the Prince of Swords card, you can even just see very prominently this sword sticking up. And it almost feels like with the eyes of this card, Archangel Michael is coming out to communicate in that way. Just, I see you. I am present with you now. Oh, there's even a hawk in the background of this card, which hawks are a spiritual messenger from Spirit. And pretty much for me, hawks relay the message of you're on the right path and you're on the right track. You're going the right way. So with the Prince of Swords, this is communicating this. It's communicating a sort of youthful energy to me. I'm just going to read it how it is. It's communicating a youthful energy to me. He's wearing an Aquarius like little tie pin. As well as having the symbol of air, as swords represent the thought, they represent the air. The clear day outside, again, represents that clear transmission of energy, that clear transmission of thought that is coming down. Aquarius energy is very much so related to things being like forward-thinking, future-oriented. They relate with technological advances, as well as trying to find unconventional and new ways to do things. Excuse me. So, with this Prince of Swords, what I'm getting is not only is there the protection of the mind because of the prominence of the sword here, but there's also just a relation to the knowledge that is being gained and the information that is being gained by those who pick this pile. There's also a sense of alchemical transformation here. There's the lily right here in the front of this card, which relates to the union of divine masculine and divine feminine energies, the marriage between them. So Archangel Michael is coming in with a lot of information about change, transformation, and alchemical union between opposing forces. as well as the protection of you and of your spirit, of your mind as you're going through this, because this type of inspiration, these types of energies can be kind of they can be kind of confusing, and it can be a lot of information at one time that doesn't really feel like it is supposed to go anywhere. It doesn't really feel like it fits anywhere. Yeah, I'm being drawn next to the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles relates to stability, relates to foundations, as well as sort of relating to holding on a little too tightly to a way of doing things. It relates to how we proceed forward and sometimes just being stuck in the way we process through. But also what this card is giving, what it's showing me is like wheels on a wagon or wheels on a car, and how you need all four of them to be moving at the same time in order for the car to go. So with this divine inspiration that Archangel Michael is bringing to you, this Four of Pentacles is relaying the message of you have to get your mind, body, spirit, and emotions all working and moving in the same direction in order for your car to go, in order for your vehicle to start having motion. Because right now, with this information, it's just sort of coming down and it doesn't have a proper channel for it to move yet. Maybe because the information is very expansive at this time, or maybe it's because oh, there's even a car in the background of this card. It's right there. It looks almost like a black limousine. We even have the continuation of this clear sky, this clear thought, this clear mind space with just a little bit of cloud coverage there. But it's not dark. It's a nice, beautiful blue, which represents like the openness of that mind space. There's also, what I'm being drawn to in this card too is a vase, or the vase that's here that is blue. It almost feels like the well of your emotions. So as I mentioned, getting your mind, body, spirit, and your emotional bodies all together so that way the car can move. All of these things are aligned with one another, so that way you're moving and progressing forward with whatever this divine inspiration is. I'm also getting like the message of the importance of the emotion here. Interesting with this Four of Pentacles, it looks like someone who is sitting before an older person with books behind them as well. He's a very learned individual. So there might be some sort of therapy session happening, whether this person is a therapist or not. Therapy can happen with people that you trust and people that you feel comfortable speaking your mind to. So this figure here, she looks like she is trying to work out something that is very difficult to speak on or very difficult to communicate, while this person here is sort of looking peacefully and waiting patiently for them to be able to communicate that message to them. So it might have something to do with an emotional aspect of whatever this vision is that Archangel Michael is bringing in. Interesting also is just the divine masculine and divine feminine energies that I had spoken of, how there is the union of the two, how there has to be a coming together, a joining of these two in balance in order for the whole to be able to process information a little bit more effectively. I'm being drawn next to the Ace of Pentacles, which relates the information to me as you have done it. So even though I have already spoken about how this information may be a little difficult, you are going to achieve that synergy. You are going to figure out how to harmonize all of these points of the star within this wheel. You're going to figure out how to get your spirit to match up with the earth, wind, water, and fire. Your mind, body, spirit, and emotions. You're going to get your solar energy to match up with all of this so that way you can move forward with whatever these visions are. And usually whenever there is a vision or an idea coming down from the divine realms, it is something that can potentially make you money. With the greatest benefit, it says, why concern yourself with how, when, where, or whom? When you trust in the workings of my will, even in the face of the unexpected, my greatest blessings will flow into your life. So you are being told or being given the message here that even though this information might be a little chunky, a little difficult to untangle, you are going to do it. Don't concern yourself with the when, where, or, the other details of it. Just do the work as it is being given to you, and you will find your way forward. You will get your wheels to align so that way your car can go. You also have the Ace of Wands. Oh gosh, this card is amazing. You have the Ace of Wands, which is surrounded by all of these shooting stars. It's all of this wisdom that's coming down from the solar realms. All of these ideas that are coming through, all of these new ideas. It may be a return of some of these old ideas too, as well as this sort of lightning bolt of energy coming down and centering itself onto the earth, which would be your physical body. Your physical body is made of earth. There is the communication of these new ideas, sort of raining down on you for you. Like, this is what is meant for you is meant for you. This vision that is being given to you is your vision. It is your divine inspiration, your divine, sort of like your divine spark. We all kind of go, Spirit, what's my path? Or I don't know what my path is. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. And Archangel Michael is saying, yes, you do, because I'm giving it to you. I'm showing you what this is. It may be confusing at first, but I am going to lead you there. And you working through and continuously unpacking this information that I'm giving you will begin to find your way, down the path that you're supposed to go down on. Finally, we have the Six of Swords. And this card is very interesting because in the background of this, we have the caduceus. We have a wand-like energy. So following the Ace of Wands, we have the Six of Swords with a caduceus staff, which is a wand-like energy. And we have this continuation of the symbol of spiraled energy around it. So the caduceus is actually an alchemical symbol of joining those positive and negative forces together, or those opposing forces together for the purpose of healing. And with the Six of Swords, this person looks like they're almost dancing around, these swords. These swords pose no harm to them. So, while you are receiving this information, even this light here, which represents this inspiration, this divine spark that you're receiving, while you're receiving this, you don't have to worry about being in danger. You are not in danger at all. You are even being healed through this process. So, and we even have like the Pyramid of Giza. All of this reading speaks on learning new things, learning new information, and coming into occult information. There is a layer of alchemy here that is happening within your soul. Those who pick this pile, there is a lot of deeper learning that is coming through for this particular pile. Again, though, you don't have to worry about having to fend yourself or fight for anything in this particular phase, because again, these swords are laid down. This person does not have to worry about whether or not they are going to be attacked or stopped in what they're doing. They can be their authentic self. Yeah, so I'm being drawn to the way these cards are set up. There is the Four of Pentacles on the outermost end, and then there's the Six of Swords on the other end. So where I spoke of the Four of Pentacles kind of being like this, almost like unpacking of information, unpacking of the divine wisdom that you're receiving. At the Six of Swords, by the end of the spread here, by the time you make it all the way from the Four of Pentacles through the Prince of Swords, which are kind of like a combined message through the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, once you make it to this Six of Swords energy, you are in a place where you are receiving that light so clearly. You're receiving that light in such a way that it doesn't seem confusing at all. You can almost dance through it. So even if it seems confusing right now, there is always light. There is light. Light is always coming through to shine down on any of the dark and confusing aspects of this. I know I've mentioned alchemy several times, and alchemical transformation can be a little heavy because you are going through the process of working through triggers. You're going through the process of cleansing those triggers. You're working through the process of integrating those things, those triggers, those shadow aspects of yourself, accepting it, becoming the master of your own self in your own universe, and waking yourself up into the manifester that you are. So part of this vision is a vision of yourself from going from someone who may have been a little confused about this divine information that you are beginning to receive or waking up into. Maybe you are awakened already and have just received information that you just don't know what to do with. And you're coming into this space of, I understand and I'm aware of how this information is going to work for me, or what I'm going to do with it, or even what I want to do with it, even if you don't know exactly what you are going to do with it. You know what you want to do with it. So yeah, I'm just being drawn back to the vision, the vision, the vision. That's all I hear is the vision, and you're seeing it. You're seeing the vision happening before you, reaching your star. And even this Ace of Wands looks like a shooting star. So wishes are coming true in this regard. Understanding is coming in this regard. You have angels that are around you that are protecting you and looking after you. Particularly Archangel Michael. He is all over this reading. All of this blue, because I had mentioned before that he comes to me in colors of blue and red. Even his card is this dark indigo. And he comes with the stone lapis lazuli, which is a dark blue colored stone. Yeah. I do want to take this time to thank him. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you so much for being all over this reading. Thank you so much for lending your energy to this reading and providing these messages for everyone who needed to hear them.
Thank the Most High.
Yes, thank you, the Most High. Thank you, Spirit, for also lending your energy and lending your energy and your strength into this reading and to me as I do this. I am very thankful for this gift and this ability, and I'm thankful for the messages that have been provided this evening. I do want to take this time to thank my guides. I want to take the time to thank the angels that surround me and protect me while I do this. Watch over me while I do this. I want to thank my ancestors who have also led me here to do this. And I am thankful for all of your guides for helping me bring this message forward. All right. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up. We will meet back here again soon. Thank you so much for tuning into Intuitive Scope. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Again, I'm sorry for how much I'm just all up in my face, rubbing my nose, but again, it deals with the sensitivity and also relates to the message of energy being cleared out and cleansed out so that newness can come in.
Yeah, boy.
All right.